Massive point in the end for Middlesbrough last night with their last-minute equaliser against high-flying Nottingham Forest. As for them, it's 2 points dropped in their race for promotion. It's just getting very, very tight all over the place. And we are live with our latest round of predictions right here, right now on the YouTube. And I've got the wrong intro lined up, so you're going to have to bear with me while I ad-lib a little bit. So yeah, in fact, let's just jump into the thick of things and get on with it, boys and girls. Yes, we are here live with the latest round of predictions coming at you right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We're going to all here underwater. Yes, no intro today because I am that prepared that I didn't load it up. So, but before we get into it, we got a bit of some announcements to make. We have a new Patreon in the house, and he's here. It is Cody Cahoe. He joins the exclusive VIP gang of Patreons. So welcome to the gang, brother. He joins the likes of Russell Frost, Le Patreon, No Coke Drinker. He's a Patreon. Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Aztec Marketing Mark, Constable 1976, Mitchell Shoney, and now we have Cody Cahoe. If you want to join that exclusive VIP gang, there is a link down below in the old description, and you can join for the price of a cuppa of instant coffee. Not the fancy stuff from Starbucks. I'm talking about the instant cup of coffee. Also, big shout out to Carl BTW. It is his birthday. And a little bit of something here for you. I've just uploaded or prepped a video for tomorrow. It is the race to the Premier League. It will premiere tomorrow. Depending on where you are in the world, if you're in the UK, it'll be noon, 7 a.m. for me. So make sure you stick around. Who do we have in the house? We have Martial with the touch, Bruno with the clutch, Precious A, Orthodox Celt. I can now read cryptic clues there. We are QPR, Russell Frost, Le Patreon in the house. Icon X is here as well. And Carl BTW, once again, happy birthday for you, fella. Brad Petford, Le Patreon, No Coke Drinker, Cody Cahoe, Le Patreon as well. So let's get cracking and talk about it. We're talking about not the Patreon, we're talking about the Championship. Let's get going and take a look how we all got on. Full roster, obviously completed yesterday with Middlesbrough's lastminute.com 2-2 equaliser or 2-2 draw against high-flying or matey boys. What do they call them? Nottingham Forest. So, again, if you get 0-3 in the shit-faced gang, 4 whatever, you're in the straight-faced club. 7+, you're in the top banana. That's right, 7+. So let's take a look at how we all got on, shall we? Hopefully there's no audio issues. I hope not. So we're going to jump into it. Precious A, nice one. Cubby down here. I'm going Hearts Hibs. Okay, good game. It should be a good game. It'll be an entertaining little one. And I got in there just before you get going. So we're going to take a look at the last results now, shall we? So Hull City, they're in free fall. 4-0 battering by Leeds in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Leeds. I thought Hull might give them a bit of a game, but no. Rovers can only master a 2-2 draw. Last minute leveller. Actually went with the win for Rovers on this one. So yeah, not too great in that regard, but a massive point in the end for us to keep us in the mix. 3 points off for playoffs. Cardiff 2, Brentford 2 in the end. 2-1 win for me. I actually did terrible this week. So I went with Cardiff, thinking Brentford would slip up, but no, they got a point themselves. Preston, who will start this weekend's action in the playoffs. They lost to Fulham 2-0, actually with a 2-0 win. So I got the one bang on the flipping nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. Aztec Marketing Mark in the house. Le Patreon, welcome to the stream. Huddersfield put 4 past their relegation dogfight scrapperunos. Charlton 4-0 in the end. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Huddersfield, so I got that one right as well. Luton Town and Stoke duked out to 1-1 draw the Nathan Jones derby. I went with a 2-1 win for Luton, so I got that one wrong. Millwall against Bristol, so you ended up all square. Again, dropped points by Bristol. So I actually went with Millwall as well to close the gap on the old playoff spots, but only a point in the end. Free scoring QPR against unbeaten Birmingham City, who are on fire at the moment. 2-2 was the final score. She went with QPR on this one. I thought they would break the hoodoo that Birmingham have had at in 2020. It's their year. It is their year. They're unbeaten at the moment. Rangers 2-0 win. Reading 2-0 winners against Barnsley. I saw 2 goals in it. I gave them all a point apiece, but unfortunately it went all in favour of Reading. Sheffield Wednesday back to losing ways. They got a big game this week. They lost to Derby away from at home. Sorry, that's a big win for Derby, who never really haven't really got the best away record. Actually, with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday, so I got that one wrong. West Brom lost to Wigan at home. Goodness gracious me, massive win for Wigan. You get some up and at them. Actually went with a 3-0 win for the Baggies, and then right at the end there, Middlesbrough 2, Nottingham Forest 2. I actually went with Middlesbrough with a 2-1, so it's just 1 goal shy in the end. So that's me. I did absolutely garbage. I'm in the shit-faced gang, and I'm going to take some of you guys with me. We're going to start with you, QPR. You're coming with me, brother. You're coming down to the shit-faced gang. Lewis. Oh, no, we're going to Brad Petford. I think he's in the house. He did all right for himself. Not too shabby indeed. Patreon. Russell Frost. Le Patreon. You did garbage. You're with me, brother, in the shit-faced gang. Russell Frost has also included his playoff playoff picks in there. You guys feel free to do that this time around. We'll take a little look at them. Also, just check out the video tomorrow, the race for the Premier League. It's going to be a cracker, looking at the final 10 games of all the top 10, top 11 sides to see who I think will get in there. And I'll tell you what, it ain't Rovers. Lewis, we'll get to you in a minute. Brian Smith did all right for himself. No Good Drinker. La Patreon, he did all right for himself as well. Cody Cahoe, and the new Patreon, he did all right for himself as well. Lewis did absolutely garbage. He's with me in the shit face gang. Carl BTW, it is your birthday, but you did absolutely garbage, so I'll take it easy on you. You did okay for yourself. Okay, no, we'll get to you in a minute. Kevin Wright, not too shabby. Constable 1976 did not do any predictions, but I'm just going to give him a thumbs up because he is a Patreon, and I give respect to my brother. What you got there? Lucas Jones did all right for himself. Okay, he did okay today. Theo Cobb, not too shabby. Ben Buckley did absolute garbage. He's with me in the shitface gang. Yannick Buster did absolutely poops as well. Ultra Omer Murat, not too great. He did all right. And Aztec Marketing, Le Patreon, he did all right for himself as well. So you guys did pretty good. No more you guys. I did terrible. My blinkers were on. I was wishing for results. I was wishing for them to go Rovers' way, but they didn't really. Anyway, so this is what the table currently looks like out in the Championship. It is West Brom leading the way by 1 point. Leeds are in second, 68 points. Fulham third, Forest fourth, Brentford fifth, and Preston are up to sixth, or remain in sixth. Down the bottom is Luton, Barnsley, and Middlesbrough going down as it stands. There's still a bit of a gap between Luton, Barnsley, and the chasing pack. 4 points. They'll need a couple more wins if they're going to get themselves out of it. And then, because Wigan right now, I think they're home and dry. Hull are on free fall. If the video for the race to the Premier League is enjoyed and well received, I might do a race for the League One and take a look at the relegation sides. But I'm just looking on the top 10 at the moment for tomorrow's video. You'll see. Anyway, this is what we're taking a look at right here, right now. It is match day number 37. 10 games left to save your season, whether it's at the top or at the bottom. I'm going to start with on Friday night. It's back-to-back games in front of the cameras for Forest. They take on fellow playoff chasers, Nottingham Forest. Get them in the old predictions right here, right now, live, and tell me what you think is going to happen this weekend. So Forest up against Millwall, the last 6 encounters between these two sides. 2 wins for Forest, 2 wins for Millwall, 2 draws along the way. They played at down in London at the old Den, or the new Den, back in December. It was a 2-2 draw. Goals from Sean Williams and Aidan O'Brien for Millwall. Lewis Graben with a brace, 2 of his many goals this season. The last time they played at the City Ground was a 2-2 draw as well. Joe Lolly, Howie Carvalho on the score sheet for Millwall, Sean Williams and Lee Gregory on the score sheet for Millwall. So Williams likes a goal against Forest, doesn't he? So it's actually 4 games unbeaten for Millwall against Nottingham Forest, with the last defeat was back in 2017 at the City Ground. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds, I'll tell you them in just a second. 11-10 for Forest, 23-10 is the draw, 5-2 is the away win for Millwall. Heading into this, Millwall just 1 win in the past 6 games in all competitions. Whereas Nottingham Forest 2 wins in the past 6 games as well in all competitions as well. The wins against Cardiff and Leeds for Nottingham Forest. As for Millwall, their only victory was against Preston a few weeks back now. Win for Millwall in 10th could see them rise to 7th. That's on the cusps of the old playoff spots. A win for Forest in 4th could see them rise to 3rd in the thingamajiggity bob. So what we got going on in the old chat skis? We're going to start with Martial with the touch, Bruno with the clutch. 3-2 win for Forest. Fishstick Fortnite, welcome to the gang. Lovely street, a lovely name. 2-1 win for Millwall. Noko Drinker Pitron with a 1-1 draw. Cody Cahoe's gone big again. 5-0 win for Millwall. He hates Forest. Orthodox Celts with a 1-1 draw. Icon X with a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. Carl BTW, the birthday boy, with a 1-1 draw. Russell Frost, the Patreon, with a 2-1 win for Forest. We are QPR is going for a 1-0 win for Forest as well. So the majority of you guys going with Forest. One of you guys, a couple of you guys going for Millwall. For me, I'm going to go with a 2-1 for Forest. As much as I don't want it, I'd rather have a draw, if I'm honest with you, to keep Nottingham Forest from breaking away from the chasing pack of the playoff chasers. Next up, we have another playoff encounter. Is Bristol City up against Fulham. It's a 6-pointer as well. Obviously, Fulham doing much better than Bristol City in the grand scheme of things. What is the difference? There's actually 9 points between Fulham and Bristol City, who are in 7th spot. They enter this just outside the relegation spots. Just 1 win in the past 6 for Bristol City. Fulham heading into this 2 wins at the past 5. So it's not great overall, but it's back-to-back wins for Fulham though. So not great. Not overall great, but not too shabby. The last 6 encounters between two sides. 4 wins for Bristol City, 1 win for Fulham, and 1 draw along the way. They did play at Craven Cottage earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Bristol City. Josh Brownhill, who's now, I believe, a 6-fingered banjo-playing weirdo. Famara Diadaru on the score sheet as well for Bristol City. That's back in December. Kamada was on the score sheet for Fulham. The last time they played at the Ashton Gate, it was a 1-1 draw. That was around about this time last season, February, with Jacoa Reed on the score sheet, who's now on the books at Fulham, and Alexander Mitrovic on the score sheet for Fulham. That was back in February 2018. Heading into this, Bristol City have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 home matches, and Fulham are actually undefeated in the last 6 away matches in the league. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on a early kickoff on Saturday. It is, going to give me a minute, the old stinking odds changed on me live right here, right now, and I want to give you the live odds. 13-5 as the odds for a Bristol City win. 12-5 is the draw. 21-20 is the away win. So Fulham are actually favourites for this. A win for Bristol City in 7th could rise above Brentford into 5th, depending on goal difference, whereas Fulham, a win for them, could close the door on potentially taking out Leeds at the top of the table. We'll have a little look at what you guys got going on. We'll start with Fish Sticks Fortnight with a 2-0 win. In fact, Aztec Mark came out with a 1-1 draw for the Forest game. Didn't catch him on that one. Brad Pepper with a 3-1 win for Forest. That's also the previous one. Carl BTW with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Cody Ho's going with Fulham as well. Russell Frost with a 2-0 win for Fulham. We are QPR's going with Bristol City with a 3-1 win. Aztec marking out with a 3-2 win for Bristol. No, 3-2 win for Fulham. Noco Drinkers going with Fulham as well. Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Brad Petford's gone 2-0 for Fulham. A lot of you guys going for Fulham, but it's at Bristol City, you know. They ain't easy, but it's going to be a 2-1 win in my eyes, and Fulham will open up another extended gap and maybe break into that top 2. Not this weekend, but they'll put the pressure on Leeds. Who Leeds got? Huddersfield. That's not easy. It's not an easy game for them. Next up, we have a bit of a relegation encounter. It's Charlton up against Middlesbrough. Yes, heading into this, Charlton are 20th, Middlesbrough are 22nd, and they're in the drop zone because of their draw yesterday. A win would have had them out of it. A defeat would have put them in a worst case scenario. Of course it would have. The last 6 encounters between the two sides, 1 win for Charlton, 4 wins for Borough, 1 draw along the way. They played at the Riverside early in the season. It was a 1-0 win. George Saville, the one and only goal on that occasion. That was back in December. The last time played at the Valley was back in March. In fact, March 2016. That's right, 3-4 years ago today, or this week. Textera and Harriet on the score sheet. That was back in the Championship before Charlton had a couple of years in League One. The Bundesliga actually failed to win their last 10 matches in the Championship, so they are on a bit of a rut. That includes losses against Brentford, Luton, Barnsley. Those games are the ones that are hurting the most. The games against Luton, the draw against Wigan, the defeat against Barnsley. Picking up a decent point against Forest, losing slightly against Leeds. It is on last chance saloon, I think, for Woodgate. I think if he loses this one, they could be in a right big pile of poop. As for Charlton, they come into this 2 wins in the past 6 in all competitions, picking up wins against Luton and wins against Nottingham Forest. Like I said, they are up for the takings. They can be beaten by the best of them and defeated by the worst of them. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one, if I can find them, we're looking at Barnsley. So it's 11. What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? What am I doing? What was I talking about? I was talking about. I've lost the plot. Barnsley against Middlesbrough Charlton. Is that what we're talking about? We are talking about Middlesbrough Charlton. I'm completely ahead of the game here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I've kind of gone off the boil a little bit. We're talking about Barnsley Cardiff. We'll get to that Middlesbrough one. I've jumped the gun. Sorry, it's the way my tabs have laid out. So Barnsley against Cardiff, completely different story. It is a relegation scenario up against the playoff chaser. That's right, Cardiff are in the mix. Sorry about that. So we have to yes, some of you guys are on it. Barnsley, Cardiff, thank you. So the last 6 encounters between Barnsley and Cardiff, I do apologise. 1 win for the Tykes and 3 wins for the Bluebirds. Heading into this, 2 draws along the way. The last time they played in Wales was a 3-2 win for Cardiff. I do apologise. I'm all over the place. Last time I played at Barnsley at Oakwell, it was back in 2017. It was a 1-0 win for Cardiff on that day. The only goal scorer was Callum Peterson. Heading into this, Barnsley, though, on amazing form. 3 wins in the past 4 games, only losing to Reading last time out. Whereas Cardiff haven't got a win in 4. So their last victory was against Huddersfield away from home. They did pick up a victory against Luton as well. The bookmakers on this one, 11-8 for Barnsley, 23-10 is the draw, 90-10 is the away win. Barnsley looking to get themselves out of the relegation zone. Will not do that this week, but they can close the door on Middlesbrough to just 1 point if they're victorious. As for Cardiff, they're 11th spot, a win away from going as high as 7th. But again, without a win in 4. So there we go. What you guys got on with that one? I do apologise. We're going to scroll it back a little bit. We are going to start with... We've got West Ham Cyber Leaders coming in with a 2-1 win for Fulham. That was the last one. Fishdax Fortnite, he was on it. He was on the balls. He's going with a 1-1 draw. We are QPR's going with a... Yep, he wasn't on the ball. He was with me. Russell Frost, the patron, with a 2-1 win for Barnsley. West Ham Cyber Leader. Yep, sorry, my bad. Gladstable 1976, the patron is in the house. Noco Drinker. Yep, again, sorry, apologise. Carl BTW, the 1-1 draw. Brad Petford, I'm thinking you're going with a 2-2 draw. Who else have we got going on? We got We Are QPR with a 1-1 draw. West Ham Cyberly is going with a 3-1 win for Cardiff. No Good with a 1-1 draw. Cody Gaho is going with a 5-0 win for Cardiff away from home. Aztec Mark, the patron, with a 2-1 win for Barnsley. Matt CCFC Gamers says, hey, I reckon we'll lose 2-1 to Barnsley, to be honest. So you're going for Cardiff. You're going for a shock win there. Crystal Palace will get Europa League. That's not what we're talking about. And Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for Barnsley. My bad again, guys. I do apologise about that. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the Barnsley. That's right. Upset the apple cart. Open up a can of worms on the playoff chasing pack as well. But a big win for Barnsley in the end. It is at their gaff. Next up, it is Birmingham up against Reading. Kind of a dead rubber here, really. But Birmingham are on fire. If there's anyone that's going to make a late surge up the table, it could be them, because they're just winning games for fun, or just remaining unbeaten, should I say. It's actually 4 games with 4 draws on the spin for them. So they're not trailblazing, they're just picking up points along the way. Picking up points against Brentford, picking up points against Sheffield Wednesday, Millwall and QPR most recently. In fact, if you take a look at the last 5 matches, they've picked up 7 points. Whereas in the last 5 matches, Reading have picked up 6 points, and they've lost 3 of them. So it's not that big a turnaround, but they're just doing bits to not lose games. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters between themselves and Reading, it's been 3 wins for Birmingham, 2 wins for Reading, 1 draw along the way. They played at the Majewski early in the season, right about December time. It's 3-2 win for Birmingham. Michael Morrison with the big fat OG, Jeremy Bella, Alvaro Gimenez on the score sheet as well for Birmingham. Maite and Lucas Jau, ex-Rover, on the score sheet for Reading. Heading into this, let's get back onto this. Heading into this, Birmingham have drawn the last 4 matches. Bookmakers will go with probably go with Birmingham on this one, 23-20 as the odds of the home victory. 23-10 is the draw. 12-5 is the away win. Birmingham head into this where they're 15th of the table, a win away from going up to top 12. That's at the bottom of the top end of the table, whereas Reading come into this 16th spot. Win for them could seem leapfrog. Birmingham goes high as 12th as well. So that's what's on the table. Just 2 points separate the two sides heading into this. Reading's form, it's two defeats at the past 3, whereas, like I said, Birmingham are doing very well. Heading into this, Fresh Sticks Fortnite says, I'm a very good YouTuber. I'll allow it. Of course. Thank you. I'm blushing. Okay, so where are we going to kick it off? We're going to kick it off with Jamie Bev, 1989, with a 3-0 win for Birmingham. Hogan is on fire. Constable 976. The Patreon with a 2-2 draw. Russell Frost going with a 2-0 win for Birmingham. And Oko Trigger with a 3-1 win for the Blues. And that is Birmingham as well. 0-0 draw. That's We Are QPR. Birmingham. Carl BTW with a 3-1 win for the Brom. West Ham Cyberly has gone with a 1-1 draw. Cody Cahoe has gone with a 13-0 scoring for Reading. I'll allow it because he's a patron. He can do whatever he likes. LG and Cal's gone with a 10-0 win for Derby. He's out of there. He's just coming there to rub salt in my wounds. That's Wayne Rooney FC to you guys. Forstack Fortnite with a 2-1 win for Birmingham. Brad Petford with a 2-0 win for Birmingham. Orthodox Celts with a 3-1 win for Reading. And William AFCB's in the stream, and he's gone with a 9-goal Barnsley in favour of Birmingham. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 for Birmingham as well. Hogan is on fire. Reading away. It's going to be a tough old boots. Next up we have Aztec Marks boys. It is Brentford up against Sheffield Wednesday, who again picked up a win a couple games back, but still very, very sloppy, and got a big week this week with Manchester City about to stick 6 goals past them. You watch. So heading into this, Brentford up against Sheffield Wednesday. If it loads, it's deciding not to load. I'll tell you the odds while we're waiting for that to load. The odds of Brentford against Sheffield Wednesday, 7-4 on for Brentford. Red hot favourites, 3-1 is the draw, 9-2 is the away win. Brentford head into this, the last 6 encounters, 3 wins for them, 3 wins for Sheffield Wednesday. They played at Hillsborough earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win. And that was Stevie Fletcher when he was goal scoring extraordinaire. Brian Mbembo on the score sheet for Brentford. The last time they played at Griffin Park, it was a 2-0 win as well for Brentford. Neil Maupay, who's now a Brighton player, and Ollie Watkins on the score sheet, who's ripping up goals for fun. Heading into this, Brentford are actually undefeated in 9 of the last 10 home matches, so they're pretty savvy, and we got a point out of them as well. Very hard 4-point. But Brentford are looking a little bit ropey at the moment. Just 1 win in the past 6 games. That was against Middlesbrough at the start of Feb. picking up draws against Leeds, Birmingham, Rovers, defeat to Luton, and of course a draw against Cardiff last time out. Sheffield Wednesday come into this 1 win at the past 5, and that was against Charlton a couple of games back. They did lose at home to Derby, which no one does that. Nobody loses at home to Derby. So a bit of an egg on their face a little bit. Told you about the odds already. The bookmakers' odds on this one, not the bookmakers' odds, but the situation at the table. Sheffield Wednesday are 12th, a win away from going into the top 10, and they could realistically, if they were to switch on the juice, they could have a playoff push on their hands, but right now they're not in it. I don't think they're in it. I will not consider them in it. Brentford on the flip side are 5th, a win away from going 4th in the table. What are you guys thinking about this one then, shall we? What do you think about that, I say? Theo Cobb's going with a 3-1 win for the home team. Constable 97.6 with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Aztec Market Mount with a 1-0 win for the Blues. Are you batting against your own boys here? That can't be, unless Brentford have got some other nickname, but I don't see it. I don't see it. Are you saying you're in wobbly form that you can't pick a winner up against these guys? Come on, Aztec Market Mark. I want Brentford. If Rovers don't get promoted, I want Aztec Market. I want Brentford to be up there in the Premier League next season. That's just my little caveat. William FCB's got with an 8-goal Barnsley in favour of Brentford. Russell Frost with a 3-1 win for Brentford. On a real note, enjoy them. Oh yeah, thank you. No sweat. It was a little bit weird. We are PR with a 3-2 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Noko Drinkler Patreon with a 3-0 win for Brentford as well. Brad Petford with a 3-2 win for Brentford. Cody Cahoe's gone with a 2-0 win for Brentford. West Ham Cyberly has gone Brentford as well. 4-2 in the end. Aztec Market. Oh, I see what you've done there. That was me being late. Aztec Market with a 2-1 win for Brentford. Carl BTW with a 2-1 win for Brentford as well. Hope Brentford get promoted. Yep. And Orthodox Celts has gone with Brentford as well with a 2-1 win. Is that a common scoreline? It is, but I'm going with a 2-0 win myself in favour of Brentford. Next up is a relegation 6-pointer. It is Charlton against Middlesbrough. We did talk about that earlier. I'm not really going to redo that stuff, but heading into this, Charlton come into this 20th in the table. Middlesbrough are 22nd without a win in forever, Middlesbrough. But a win away would send them up to as high as 18th. That would right push Hull right back in the thick of things. It's 3 points actually between 22nd place Middlesbrough and Hull in 18th spot. Is that tight? Any team can get sucked into it, and it's gonna that would be a fantastic race as long as Rovers aren't in it. And then obviously you don't want your team in it, but a relegation match at the end of the season where it could be any team that could get sucked into it. Oh, that would be a bit of a mouth-watering affair. Anyway, Middlesbrough are in 22nd, Charlton are in 20th. A win for Charlton could see them also rise, maybe even above Huddersfield into 17th spot. Did I tell you about the bookies? I'll remind you. It's 21-10 for Charlton for the victory. 9-4 is the draw. 30-10 is the away win. What do you guys think about that then? I know you guys did it before. I'm not going to backtrack because it gobbles up time. Noko Jungle with a 2-2 draw. Constable 976 with a 2-0 win for the Bala. William ACB with a 6-3 win for Charlton. Russell Foster's gone 2-0 win for Charlton as well. Bradford Petford with a 1-1 draw. We are QPR with a 2-0 win for Charlton. West Ham Cyberly has gone with Charlton as well. 3-2 in the end. Sam Locke's gone with a 2-1 win for Charlton. Fulham 8 winning. Icon X with a 1-0 win for Borough. Cody Cahoe's gone with an unstoppable 8-3 win for Charlton. Do I go to Ewood much? I would, Ross Butler, but I'm over in the US of A, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. That's why I need to big up the Patreons. I need to big up the Patreons so you guys can get me a private jet. No, I'm only joking. But yes, it's hard. Whenever we go back to the UK, we'll come and watch them a couple times. But we're on a timer. So Jamie Sports and Bus Travel North East Yorkshire. It's a quality name right there. 3-0 win for Charlton. And Orthodox Celts there with a 1-1 draw. And West Ham Cyber Leader says, Charlton's my local team, but he supports the Hammers. And Brad Petford has gone with the next one, which is Leeds, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for the Athletic, or the Attics. And that'll give them a big old boost, and that'll put Middlesbrough into more pressure. It is Leeds who are in second spot. They're taking on Huddersfield. It's a bit of an affair down the bottom of the table for them. They're still in it. They're still in the old thing, but I don't think they'll be in there for much longer. The quality will come through in the end. The last 6 encounters, though, between Leeds and Huddersfield look like this. 3 wins for Leeds, 3 wins for Huddersfield. They did play at the John Smiths early in the season. It was a 2-0 win for Leeds. Goals coming from Alioski and Hernandez to give them all 3 points. However, the last time we played at Ellen Road was a 1-0 win for Huddersfield. Aaron Moy, one of my favourite players who plays in the Premier League, Aaron Moy, with a big fat one and only goal for Huddersfield. That was back in 2016. Leeds have actually won the last 4 matches. Leeds have actually also kept a clean sheet the last 4 matches. Their main keeper is banned for 8 matches or 7 matches now. But they got some decent young hot shot stopper between the sticks, and it doesn't weaken them one bit. So the bookmakers odds 11-4 in favour of Leeds, 11-4 on, 15-4 is the draw, 52 is the away win. Let's take a look at the table. The table shows Leeds are in second spot, a win away from going top. Defeat would put them in a bit of a pickle between Fulham breathing down their necks. Whereas Huddersfield come into this 17th in the table, 42 points on the board, a win away from going to 16th. Obviously, goal difference is massive. They have a big negative in the old goal difference. But back-to-back wins for Huddersfield. They'll fancy the chances here. Leeds on the flip side, 4 wins on the spin. So let's have a look at what you guys have got. We got Brad Petford with the 4-1 for Leeds. Joel Garner has gone with a 2-2 draw. William AFCB with a 5-0 win for Leeds. Constable 1976 with a 2-1 win for Leeds. No Code Drinker with a 2-0 win for Leeds as well. We are QPR's gone with a 1-0 win for Leeds. Russell Foster is siding with Leeds as well with a 3-0 win. West Ham Cyber Leader 3-1 win for Leeds United. Icon X with a 2-1 win for Leeds. And Jamie Sports and Bus Travel North East Yorkshire has gone with a 4-1 win for Leeds. Orthodox Celts also gone with Leeds. Everyone's going with Leeds except for me, right? Yeah, I've gone with a draw, folks. I've gone with a draw. Going with playing it down the middle, 2-2. A little bit of a banana skin. Huddersfield, they're a decent little side, especially if they can play their football. And I think they'll take a point or two off Leeds and give themselves another boost towards the table. I'm going against you guys here. Cody Coe with a 3-1 win for Leeds. Jake Davies with a 5-0 win for Leeds as they play catch up with us all. Next up, Preston battling for playoffs up against QPR, battling for mid-table at the moment. They look to be safe as houses. We're going to start with nobody. We're going to be looking at the top 6. The recent encounters between two sides. 5 wins for Preston North End, 1 win for QPR. So Preston like playing QPR wherever it is in all venues. However, they did play at Loftus Road, or whatever they call it these days, earlier in the season. It was a 2-0 win for QPR. Eze with a brace on that occasion. However, the last time they played at Deepdale was a 1-0 win for North End back in 2018, around August time. Alan Brown with the one and only goal. Heading into this, though, Preston's form is ropey, just 1 win at the past 4. That win was against free losing Hull City. They did lose against Millwall. They lost against West Brom, and they also lost against Fulham. But those are big games for Preston. Get them out of the way now, and you know what? They'll be getting some results under their belt. However, heading into this, QPR look pretty decent at the moment. 3 draws and 2 wins at the past 5. That's an unbeaten run of 5 games, stretching back to the 11th of Feb. Picking up a draw against Swansea, Forest, and Birmingham City. Also beating Derby and Stoke along the way. QPR actually failed to win the last 7 away matches, though, so a lot of those games have been draws away from them. They also failed to score in the last 3 away matches as well. So at home, they are tough boots. Away from home, they are slim pickings. Bookmakers odds 11-10 for Preston, 12-5 is a draw. 12-5 is also the away win for QPR if they're to be victorious this week. QPR in 14th, the win away from going up to 12th. Still far off the old playoff hunt, as Preston are right in the thick of things. 56 points on the board, 6th spot on the table, win away from going up to 5th in the table. What do you guys think about that bad boy? We're going to start with, I think, William AFCB with a 9-goal Barnsley, 7-2 in favour of QPR. Brad Petford with a 2-1 win for North End. Russell Foster going with North End as well, 3-2 in the end. Constable 1976 with a 4-0 win for QPR. Nice one, sunshine. Whoa, who do you think Leicester will get in the summer? Good question. That's one for the old Premier League, buddy, old pal. Or maybe at the end. You not going against me? I agree. 2-2. Yeah, Joel Garner siding with me on the last one. Icon X with a 2-0 win for Preston. We are QPR with a 3-1 win to QPR. He's supporting his boys there. No Code Drinker with a 1-0 win for Preston. Cody Coe with a 0-0 draw. Jamie Sports and Bus Travel North East with a 2-2 draw. West Ham Cyber Leader with a 3-1 win for QPR. Hope Heigl scores on loan from us. And Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for North End. I'm going to side with North End as well. As much as I want them to lose, it will open up a potential shot at the top 6 for Rovers. I just don't see it. I think North End will get a win here, and they'll start to put the points on and the pressure on, and maybe even break away from the chasing pack. So next up, we have Stoke City up against Hull City. A relegation dogfight at the moment. Obviously, Stoke looking decent. I think they're a little bit hard done by at the moment, but it's actually a nice little run of 3 games without a defeat for Stoke. But they're drawing too many of them. Meanwhile, Hull City are on 3-4. 3 defeats on the spin for them. Winless in a while. Winless since Bowen left. That's pretty much it. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for Stoke, 3 wins for Hull. They played at the K-Com earlier in the season, around about December time. It was a 2-1 win for Hull City. That was in the good old days when Bowen scored a brace on that day. Sam Vokes on the score sheet for Stoke. He has 6 fingers, so that's probably why he scored. The last time they played at Stoke was a 2-0 win for, that was at 3-6-5, 2-0 win for Stoke. James McLean and Julie Device with a big fat OG. Vandro on getting himself sent off on that day. Bookmakers odds are 3-2 on in favour of Stoke. 5-2 for the draw, 5-1 for the away win for Hull. Hull are long shots for this bad boy. Hull have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches. With their most recent decent point was against Swansea in an 8-goal thriller. That's a Cody Caholt scoreline right there. A 4-4 draw way back in Valentine's Day. That was a good day for them as they were winning that 3-1, I think. It was a crazy old game, but Stoke look decent at the moment, picking up points along the way. A win for Stoke in 21st spot could see them rise to 17th. Whereas Hull are in 18th. A win away could get them boosted up again, get them above Huddersfield into 17th spot. We're going to take a look at you guys' predictions. We're going to start with Dan Singleton with the stream with a 2-0 win for North End. That was the last one. William AFCB with a 7-goal barnstormer in favour of Hull. Russell Foster going with a 1-1 draw. Cody Coe's going with Hull with a 9-3 belter. Noko Drink with a 2-1 win for Stoke. Constable 1976, same scoreline for him. We are QPR with a 0-0 draw. West Ham Cyber Leader with a 4-1 win for Hull City. Iconex with a 1-0 win for Stoke. Bad Petford with a 2-0 win for Stoke. Jamie Sports, that's what I'm going to call you, with a 1-0 win for Hull. Orthodox Celts with a 3-1 for the Stokies. And Jake Davis has gone with a 2-1 win for Stoke. That's right. And I've also gone with Stoke. Obviously, Hull are dropping like a stone. Stoke will win this one, and that will shoot them up the table, and it will make a very interesting reading, the old relegation dogfight. Next up, we have a bit of a tough one to call here. It is leaders West Brom going to Wales up against Swansea, who are tough to beat. The last 6 encounters, so 2 wins for Swansea, 3 for West Brom, 1 draw along the way. They played at the Hawthorns early in the season. It was a 5-1 win for West Brom. Ajayi on the score sheet, Pereira, Kanu, Phillips and Edwards. 5 different goal scorers on that day back in December. Sam Sturridge was the only goal for Swansea. The last time they played in Wales, there was a 2-1 win for West Brom as well. Craig Dawson and Ahmed Hagazi. That was last season. Oliver McBurney on the score sheet as well. Heading into this, though, Swansea a little bit wobbly. Just 1 win in the past 6. That was against Huddersfield at home. But they picked up a point against Rovers. Obviously, a hard point there. Obviously, that crazy game against Hull City. Picking up a draw against QPR along the way. Whereas West Brom, they obviously come into this 2 wins at the past 4, picking up a draw against Forest and a defeat against Wigan, but wins against Preston and Bristol City along the way. Heading into this, West Brom actually won the last 3 away matches and have scored at least 2 goals in those last 3 away matches. Bookmakers on this one, they go 13-5 in favour of Swansea, 5-2 to draw, 21-20 in favour of the leaders West Brom. Swansea come into this 9th in the table, a win away from going to 7th in the table. West Brom are top of the pops, 1 point clear of Leeds. A win here would do them the world of good, I think. We're going to start with, on this one, we're going to start with, could you do a game on FIFA? Batman versus Burnley. One day, Cody. I actually did one well back when. I could do another one. We could talk about that. I have to go to work. Rovers now on night shift. See you tomorrow. See you later, West Ham. Cyber leader William FCB with a 9-8 win for Swansea. Constable 96 with a 3-0 win for the Baggies. Cody Coe with a 7-goal barnstormer in favour of Swansea. Russell Frost going with the Baggies with a 2-1 win. Brad Petford with a 2-1 win for West Brom. We are QPR going for West Brom as well. William FCB, am I the only Bournemouth fan? No, there's plenty of yous out there. Jake Davis is going with a 2-0 win for the Swans. West Ham Cyber with a 4-2 win for West Brom. Jamie Sports with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. William FCB says up the Surridge. Noko Drinker, the patron with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. Constable 1976 is a huge Bournemouth fan. And Icon X with a 1-1 draw. And Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for the Swans. It's tight. This is tight. It's not an easy one, this one. And I've actually gone in favour of Swansea to nick it. A bit of an upset here. 3-1 for Swansea. And that will put 3 points on for them. Open up a potential real push for the playoffs for Swansea. Next up, we have a relegation dogfight. It is Wigan Athletic up against Luton Town, who are going down as it stands. They are 5 points clear of safety or drift from safety. Wigan, big win for them. Actually, they're on a nice little belter of a run. 5 games, unbeaten, 3 wins. 3 wins on the spin. A couple of draws against Borough and and Cardiff. Heading into this, to the last 6 encounters between themselves and Luton sees 3 wins for Wigan, 2 draws and 1 win for Luton. That win was last time out at Kenilworth Road back in December. It was a 2-1 win for Luton. The Hatters, the Mad Hatters. Kiefer Moore on the score sheet for Wigan. Callum McManaman, I guess, his old club, and George Moncur as well. Duncan getting himself sent off on that one. And then, shortly after Moncur with the winner. The last time I played at the DW was back in 2003. Goodness gracious me. Howard on the score sheet. Roberts. Is that Jason Roberts? Goodness, that's ex-Rover. Respect to my brother. With a goal for Wigan. The last time Wigan were victorious over Luton at the DW was back in 2002 in the FA Cup. It was a 3-0 win for Wigan with Ellington and Flynn. Ellington with a brace, Flynn with a thing. That was back in 2002, long time ago. Luton have actually lost 12 of the last 13 away matches in the Championship and have conceded at least 2 goals in 12 of those last 13 matches. Wigan have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches and have won their last 3 matches. The bookmakers go 11-8 in favour of Wigan. Red hot favourites. 13-5 is the draw. 4-1 is the away win. A win for Luton in 24th and bottom spot could see them close the gap to Middlesbrough to just 1 point. They could leapfrog Barnsley in the process as well, and I see them Barnsley winning, so they need to win if they're going to get anything out of this. But it's tricky away from home. Wigan are pretty solid at home. 19th spot, Wigan, a win for them could see them rise to 17th, and it would probably end their relegation fears, I think. And I'm going to give it to them. 2-0 win in the end for Wigan. Not to say that because it's Paul Cock and his gang, and that's massive. That's massive for them. Next up, we have the game of the weekend. We've all been waiting for. That's That's right, the visit of Blackburn Rovers to Wayne Rooney FC. Let's talk about it now, shall we? Obviously, Derby against Rovers. In the past 6 encounters sees 1 win, just 1 win for Derby, 1 draw, 4 wins for Rovers in the past 6 games. It's actually, holy crap, 5 games unbeaten for Rovers up against Derby. Got to go back to 2016 at Pride Park for the one and only victory in the last 6 games for Derby. Jacob Butterfield on the score sheet on the 8th minute. I've actually done a preview for this. That'll be on the channel tomorrow. Derby actually undefeated in their last 6 home matches, so they fancy their chances, whereas Rovers actually drawn the last 3 matches as well. Their away form is not bad as well. Let's take a close look at that. Our away form is okay. The past 4 games were actually unbeaten run away from home, whereas Derby looked pretty solid. Back-to-back draws for them heading into this. Draws against Fulham and Huddersfield. Rovers come into this on the backs of draws against Brentford, draws against Brentford, a win against Charlton, draw against Borough, and a win against Sheffield Wednesday. So our away form is pretty savvy, and I think if you want to play us away, now is not the time. Bookmakers will make this quite tight, I think. 23-20, Derby, Wayne Rooney FC are the favourites. 23-10 is the draw. 12-5 is the away win. That is Rovers. Now, the big thing on the horizon for us, if we are victorious, we could mathematically get in the playoff spots. But a lot of the teams are playing their games ahead of us, so we probably won't be in there with Preston looking to win. Bristol City could get a result. Who else could also leapfrog us? Millwall, Swansea, that sort of stuff. So we could end up this further down the table than we actually are. But a win could send us up 6th spot. A win for Derby, and they could be right back in the old playoff hunt. They could rise up as high as 10th in the table. So what do we think about that, then, shall we? We'll have a little look at what you guys are thinking. Next season when you do the prediction league, will it be for individual leagues or overall? Cody Co, it'll be for individual leagues. That's a very good question. Well asked. Well executed. Jamie Sports has gone with my team, my bad boys, with a 3-0 win for Derby. Let's go cracking it back a little bit. Brad Pepper with a 2-2 draw. I take it. William up the cherries for the USA. Nice one there from the Patreon. Wigan. Noko Jacob with a 2-1 win for Wigan. That's in the previous one. So Jamie Sports going with Rovers. Russell Foster's going with Rovers. William FCB's going with Rovers. That's what I'm talking about with a 77 score. I love a bit of that. William, we are QPR's going with a 2-2 draw. It's not a bad result. Constable is going with the 2-0 for Rovers. Mickey N is late. Don't worry, son. It's all here. It's all here for your leisure. Mickey N is going with a 2-2 draw. He fancies Derby to get a point. I connect with a 1-1 draw. No Courage with a 1-0 win for Rovers. Cody Cahoe's going Derby 100%. What's he talking about? Offer accept with a 2-2 draw. Super Leeds TV is super duper late, but it doesn't matter. He's here. Cody Cahoe with a Blackburn Rovers something. I have no idea. He's got to be confused. Super Leeds TV with a 2-1 win for Rovers. Jake Davies with a... Oh, poor Jake Davies. Jack Hadsley's gone 3-0 for Derby. Of course he is, because he is a Derby fan. He's a Ram fan. And Danny Klinger going with the 2-1 win for Derby as well. So it looks a bit mixed. A lot of Rovers support in there in the early picks. But Derby coming back into it the late ones. For me, I would take a 2-2 point. I know it won't be the greatest result for Rovers' season. We really need to be winning this if we're going to get any real aspirations of players. But Derby are tough old boots. And I'll bite your hand off for a point right now. So let's just say my table or my predictions are going to come on in exactly like this. This is what the table would look like after match day number 37. It'll be West Brom still leading the way on goal difference. Leeds in 2nd spot. Fulham up to 3rd or remain in 3rd. Forest, Brentford and Preston will remain in the playoffs. There's no change right there. Swansea up to 7th. Rovers will remain in 8th. 5 points adrift. Then down the bottom is Luton, Barnsley and Middlesbrough going down as it stands, but it will be wide open realistically. You'd be looking, still thinking Stoke is still in it, Charlton still in it, and Hull is still in it in the old relegation dogfight. It's just going to get nastier and nastier, folks. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day, including this one, the Race to the Premier League, where I review the top 10, top 11 teams. It'll be live, premiered tomorrow on the channel. It's already recorded, edited, and ready to go. So that'll be tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. It won't be like this, you and I talking. It's recorded and everything. But make sure you check that out. Also got a couple of live extra shows this week. We've got the Champions League second leg. We've got the Europa League as well. They'll be on Thursday and Friday. Check them out. Times will vary and all that kind of stuff. But yes, quick question. Do you think Rovers will make the playoffs? Really, you watch tomorrow's video, Mickey N.A. Watch tomorrow's video, you'll see. But realistically, no, I don't think so. I think it's we've got too many tough games on our agenda. Thank you for all watching JB Sports. I love the name. It's a bit of a mouthful. Maybe you give me a nice little sweet short name. Danny Klinger, Leeds will get promoted. Well, you never know. You never know. The wheels could come off. They might do a massive bottle job. But anyway, it's very, very close. Very, very close. I mean, I think if Leeds slip up this week, who have they got? Leeds have got Huddersfield. If they slip up there, Fulham can bite their opportunity and snatch a chance on them. Anyway, who will Leicester City sign in the summer? Good question. Who will they sign? They'll probably cherry pick. Maybe you know what? Maybe if Leeds don't get promoted with some of their key players, Ailing might be up for grabs. I'm not sure if that will suit Leicester. I don't think they need that. They'll probably need. Some good reinforcements. It's something to think about. I don't know. Bournemouth need 11 points to stay up. It's not Eddie's fault. Eddie Howe is a quality manager, and it'd be stupid for Bournemouth to get rid. I don't think they'll go down. I don't think anyway. It's a tight one. I don't want to see Watford go down. I have a soft spot. Let's see. Let's have a quick... we're not talking about Premier League, but Norwich, they're pretty much down. I'd like to see Villa go down. I'd like to see Brighton go down, if I'm honest with you. Brighton. No disrespect. Yeah. That's who I would like to see. I'd like to see Watford and West Ham stick around. Anyway, boys and girls, will Arsenal make top 4? I don't know. Dawn Brown! Big shout out to Dawn Brown. Respect. Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Do you think Blackburn will get playoffs next season? Next season now is our season. I think we have a fit Dacarino. Maybe get rid of some of the dead wood, reinvest, get some more hungry, determined players. You never know. I think next year will be ours. Lallana, good option there. I'm gonna get out of here. I've got to get to work. I'll see you all very, very soon. Till then, I'm out. Ciao for now. Ciao. Watch the video. Be sure to bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe. Check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms on there. Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. If you want to become a patron, now's the time. I'm on the hunt for 10. Now I'm out of here. I'll see you all. Till then, I'm out.